Okay, Cancer, I'm going to do your monthly reading for March. I'm just going to do a simple cross read today. Okay, so you in the reading today, we're looking at the Five of Swords. So to me, this is going to be a situation that you have to communicate something that other people are not going to like. And while that may not be your most comfortable place to be, no one can avoid that. We can't be for everybody. There's always going to be something that makes other people unhappy, whether it's you doing something that's healthy for you, whether it's you just doing your job and other people don't like that. There's going to be this feeling of people walking away unhappy with what's going on. The crossing energy for that is the Ace of Pentacles. So what that means to me is that there is something about this that is really new for you. It's a new place you find yourself, either in being able to communicate these things or in just creating the physical environment where that's possible. Sometimes it's about recognizing that there have been times where you've been good at avoiding that physically, coming up with a schedule where things are revealed to the other person without you having to say them. But that Ace of Pentacles, I think, moves towards like, this is a new situation that's going to be coming up for you. As far as your focus for the month, it's going to be the Two of Wands. So this could be like more of a passion project kind of atmosphere. Maybe it's something you're trying to bring into fruition that you're realizing, as you continue pursuing the idea, you're a little bit past the new phase of it, that there's all these different considerations that are going into you realizing this project, work or personal, whatever it is. It's something that you are passionate about pursuing. As far as the unconscious energy of what's going on, it's the Justice card. So something about how you're pursuing this project for yourself has its roots in equity. So that might have something to do with what type of project it is. So you might be focusing on advocacy for others. You might be focusing on creating a new system, working on tearing down a system that you see as inequitable. So that's kind of like your underneath driving force of this new pursuit that you're looking at. Maybe you're working on something that is, very personal and but just has this feeling of like, we need to even the playing field more than it is right now. And with the Two of Wands as your focus, you're like, I know how we're going to be able to pursue that. As far as the energy that you're moving out of, it's the Star card. So that's really about bringing these different types of knowledge together and recognizing that you know the meeting point for how those things can inform a new future. So this to me is about the idea, the inspiration point for the thing that you're pursuing is something that is really a fulfillment of many ideas coming together that you have that will bring a situation future focused and bringing this elevation and advancement to some situation that you're working in. As far as what you're moving into, it's going to be the Five of Pentacles. So what that looks like to me, moving from this Ace of Pentacles being your crossing energy into the Five, is that there are going to be some bumps along the road practically. So what that might mean is that as you move through this new physical consideration of how things really, when the rubber meets the road, how they're going to work out, you're going to be put in situations where you are going to need to ask for help. I really see that Five of Pentacles as the kind of card that shows that we can't do physical things alone. There are many types of practical pursuits that are only achievable by having help from others. Sometimes that's about, going from this Five of Swords to Five of Pentacles, that the help that you need is going to be identified by who's not on board. Who are the people that are offended by the idea? Identifying who isn't going to be the help is just as important information as identifying who is on your team, who does want to help in a really practical way. So sometimes the Five can be a little bit scary in different realms, but really it's about being able to understand that pursuing all the avenues doesn't serve anyone. You have to be able to look into what are the no's so that you can get to the yeses. As far as your focus or attitude toward the situation right now, you have the Tower. So there's a couple different ways that can go. Sometimes this is about really needing the change to come from outside of you and not being willing to create the change yourself. Sometimes this is just about having a fear of change that can keep you from flexibility. So I think what this is pointing to with the Five presence and the Tower presence in your focus is that you might be excited about a change and the other 50% very scared of a change. So I think what you can focus on really in your energy around you, you've got the King of Cups, is that you do have emotional support available, and that the value of that is going to be so supportive to you. So really keep that in mind, that as there are practical situations that may be unsettling, that if you're taking care of your emotional life and your spiritual life in that inner way, you're going to be stable enough to face these practical considerations that might be a little shaky feeling. But having that King of Cups in your surrounding energy really points to that those people and those energies are around you, and that they are resources for you to utilize. As far as your hopes, fears, I would say you're in the hope category this month. You've got the Ten of Cups. So what that really points me to is that you can see, you have your eyes on this fortune after difficulty that's available. So even though that Tower is in your eyesight, you can see farther than it. You can see that Ten of Cups being available to you. So I would let that guide you with that anchoring knowledge of Justice and King of Cups being supportive energies for you and grounding energies for you. As far as your potential outcome, you've got the High Priestess. What that points to me is that there are going to be some inner knowings clarified for you through this pursuit. Some truths are going to reveal themselves inside of you that are going to give you more knowledge about how important this situation is to you personally, as well as in a wider sense. I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck, just see what else we have. Ooh. Got the Chariot, which is the numerical card of the year this year. So I think this really points to you're going to be able to tap into some overall truths, that could be in how your life connects to the wider collective sort of movement and the way things are going. That's going to link for you that inner pursuit with the way the tide is changing for the wider collective of people this year. I'm going to do 3 more cards just to support this and see if we can get a little more information about these eventual outcomes. Okay, so we've got the Witch, the World, and the 4 of Cups. So the Witch is the High Priestess in this deck. And what that really points to me is that is a key piece of what is going to be revealed to you in this month and in this situation that you're going to find yourself in, is that inner knowing is really going to be a powerful piece of how you move through this month and what you take away from this month. The World being the next really has a lot to do with that Chariot action, I think, of movement being created in this end of a cycle, as far as either that collective feeling that things are moving on for our wider social groups. Things are changing in big ways. And having that 4 of Cups available really speaks to that through these pursuits, you're going to be able to know spiritually, emotionally, what for you is a no thank you. What kind of things do you want to leave in the past, and what kind of things do you want to move toward, with that double High Priestess really pointing to that there's going to be a really powerful information revealed to you in an inner context, something that is going to put into perspective for you things that have maybe been muddy in the past. It's very exciting.